Hey guys, it's Luke here from the Tradie Marketing Agency.com.au. And today I want to talk about why it's important to continue to market even when you already have enough work. It might seem like a bit of a waste of money. Why should you keep spending money on marketing when you've got more work you can even get to? There's a big difference when it comes to quoting jobs when you need the work and when you don't need the work. When you don't need the work, you tend to price a bit higher because you don't actually need the work. And it doesn't really matter to you if you win the job or not. Now, what does this mean? So it means that you'll quote higher because you don't actually need the work. Some people will say no, but also some people will say yes. And those ones that say yes can really boost your income when the jobs actually come around. So it just means that you're stacking up jobs in the future that are going to be at a higher profitability rate. And the future does always eventually come around. So if you're stacking up jobs like 4 months from now that are at a much higher profit percentage because you don't actually need the work, you're just sort of quoting an extra 10 or 20% higher than what you normally. Some people are going to say no, but the ones that say yes start stacking away there. And also it helps to position yourself as a more premium business as well, as opposed to stopping marketing when you have enough work. It just means that you'll go through these more boom bust cycles where it'll be like, you have enough work, you will start to get through that and you're like, oh shit, I need to start marketing. So you will start spending the money then, but you're a bit more desperate for the work and you'll maybe start quoting lower, which is going to reduce your profit margins as well. So this is where it's like, it's always good to continue to invest in marketing, even when you don't need it. It also helps to even out seasonal fluctuations. So at the moment in Australia, we're going through winter, which for a lot of trades means that business slows down. And because it slows down, there's not enough money coming in through the doors. So the instinctual reaction is to cut back on expenses because there's less money coming in through the doors. Whereas what you actually need to do is invest more money into marketing because work has slowed down. Right? So it's that you've actually got to like lean even more heavily on the marketing when like in the winter months, right? You can back off a bit when you get into like the warmer seasons and work is just super abundant. But even during like peak sort of spring or summer, I'd still be investing some money into marketing, even if it means you've got to turn away the jobs and be like, look, we can't get to this or whatever in the time frame the customer wants. But still, there's going to be some customers who are still happy to wait or take on the jobs and can just quote it at those higher prices. So in terms of your own positioning and profitability, it's always good to have a bit more marketing and a bit more work available than you can actually get to, because it just helps build that exclusivity with actually hiring you and also serves to ramp up demand. So my mate Tyler, he wants to go to this 3 Michelin star restaurant, and this place is so exclusive. There's like a 6 month waiting list to get in. You can't just book it. You can't just go in and say, yes, I'd like to book a table. What they'll do is they'll release that they have a table available like in 6 months time. And it's the first person that gets on and says, yes, I want that, gets it. So it creates this frantic rush over going to this restaurant. And as you can imagine, they charge very premium prices. You might be looking at dinner and wine and all that kind of stuff included. You might be looking about $3,000 a meal for this place. As you can imagine with that, their profit margins are sky high as well. So that's where if you've got that demand just continually ramping up in the background, even if you have to say no to a lot of customers, it's like they have to say no to most people that want to dine there. But then the few that do dine there, they just make a stupidly outsized profit from them. So that'll be my lesson to you guys is, even when you've got the work, keep on investing in marketing because it'll mean a lot more profitability going on in